And welcome back. We're left off last time in Whiskerwood. We're still, in some ways, adjusting to the changes from patch 19, which was the change in rockiness. At least in this city, the transition. YouTube in the background being stupid. YouTube decided to get me an edit. You weren't hearing that, but I was hearing that. It was very distracting. Let me get back to focusing. The patch changes for the fishing docks weren't that bad. It was easy enough to manage just by splitting up the two pairs, splitting them up so they were single ones. Once again, yeah, I think we're going to meet him one here. If it was a lot more tailed cloaks, we'd go for the highest one. But we'll keep taxes slow by doing that. But yeah, the biggest change I think is actually the rock changes. The fishing docks were just like, yeah, don't put them next to each other. Give them decent space between them. That wasn't too hard to do because that was kind of what I was already doing. Whisker ship's done. Ah, here's the whisker ship. Can't smell Optimus. I'll definitely take you. Nosy is bad. So it looks like we're only gonna get like one whisker. Oh, actually, I'll take a can't smell. Yep, that's all we're gonna take. Just take the two whiskers. So not a lot of whiskers. I should probably get some more housing, given the fact that we've now got more whiskers, but... Put another house over there. And then for one of these farms... Actually, that was a can't smell, so let's put the... Place you... with the can't smell. And then... This is the one we'll swap out the farmer to. Bring up the guy who was working there. So farmers, in theory, you get a speed boost and farming. Not sure if that applies to the rock clearing. It may. That would explain why these ones felt like they cleared a bit faster. But yeah, we're clearing out a place for pepper farming. Which is mostly rock clearing, although we're getting decently far into the rock clearing. We're about halfway done with the rock clearing. And then the OG... Probably way too many fields relative to the... Probably way too many fields relative to the crop field here. Failing machinery. Industry has worn out machinery and can't find any replacements. That's odd. That explains what the nose was. There's definitely plenty of machinery in the colony. So that's a delivery issue. Yeah, we got 176 machinery in the colony, so it's a delivery issue. Yeah, we got 6% rockiness here. So this should be actually working soon. A way where I can figure out which one was complaining about the broken machinery. Or was this just the first time I had broken machinery that wasn't replaced in time? May have been the second one there. Mining tool. Some more copper ore. We'll expand to that as well. Okay. Yeah, apparently we had a machinery break somewhere, and whoever was responsible for delivering that bit of machinery was a little bit slow at getting it there. I don't see an indication that the place has still got broken machinery, so it was probably en route and just arrived a little late. But yeah, if we can get some mushrooms going, hopefully if we can get some mushrooms going, we can move over to skewers. And that would be in preparation also for once we get our own ground spices, then we can combine the skewers and the bread to get some really fine meals. And that'll probably be where we end the run at that point. Although that won't be this stream, that's going to take more than 40 minutes to get done. 74, 75% done with the fine tea research. Heavy penalty on unheated ground, which is actually most of the transit there between the two extremes. Might want to replace the cafe over here with the fancier one. And then assign a couple extra people for delivery to and from. I suppose I could put some decorations over here as well. I haven't put any decorations over here. Oh, I forget those fields. Let's take the moment and actually modify that field. Just delete those two squares. They're not farming in them anyway. It's not going to get delivered today by the looks of it. Poor delivery man's got a way, probably a long way to run with it. Although I think if possible, the delivery man will finish the delivery during the night. So it might get delivered, they just won't build it. Tomorrow we got the smuggler, tax collector, and a whisker ship coming in, so it will be a busy day tomorrow. Day 219. Heavy rain, slower move speed if soaked. Exposed water tanks gain water. I think most of my water tanks are exposed, to be fair. smuggler. We'll sell him some fish. And a rope. Oh, I had a limit on betting, which I could have taken off to have more betting ready for him. Could definitely do with some more fuel, so we're not going to sell any fuel. So all the woven cloaks. And we'll sell just enough planks to get the next bar. There we go. 28 bars. The dragon hoard of gold just grows. 235 gold bullion bars in the town. Do I want to go to the next tier? That's a good question. Apparently not getting as much cotton as I was expecting. I could push more of the cotton, that would work as well. I sold all the cotton. What do I actually get to the next tier? No. So either way, I'm going to have to do some gold bars. If I want the next tier of rewards. You know, I do want the next tier rewards. We'll spend some of our gold bullion. $19 bars of gold bullion. Get to the highest shipping tier here. I think we're gonna take a reroll here. Compassionate Optimist. Yeah. Give me the farmers. Take a tent. I'm taking apprentice as well. Taking that apprentice as well. Okay, so that's all we're gonna take. Slightly building up our unemployment pool. Time to go to the spices. I'm gonna do a reroll here. There we go. Medicine, soap, tea, spices, and ration meals. So that was the point. I knew I had a Craftmaster assigned to one of these two, so I replaced the Craftmaster with an Apprentice. In theory, I'm going to probably just turn around and assign the Craftmaster someplace else that doesn't need a Craftmaster, but the benefit of having a farmer. Have run out of steam. It's spring weather, so it's probably warm enough that we can get away without having to heat things and have people not complaining too much. Oops. Wrong button for rotation. Rotate the camera, not the thing that I was trying to rotate. Oh, that wasn't the one I was thinking, was it? That was not the one I was thinking of. Okay. Yeah, slowly and steadily we're deforesting this really, really tall mountain. And then I'll have to figure out what I want to do with the island. We've got enough activity going on both sides of the island that we should probably do something in the middle, right? We got Beat Island over here, and we got the giant Congo plantation over here. Oh, before I forget about it. Bedding. Take the limit off. Oh, and I need to get more housing. Before I forget about it again. Got some decorations over here as well. I don't know if that's not having enough heat systems. It's probably not having enough heat systems. I could probably get away with more if I just put more storage in by time during the next winter. Almost getting enough approval to go from 0 to nothing in one day. Oh, thinking about it, did I not build... I don't have a luxury supplier over here to supply luxuries to those houses. One all the way over in the farming district as well. Don't think I can get the luxury to fit. Oh, I can get it to fit exactly in that spot. Cool. Oh, we actually get more coats off the middle one, so we definitely get the middle one. ship arriving. Apprentice compassionate, considerate. Farmers, okay. Oh. Although for farmers, that's maybe not too bad, especially if they're really close to the place they're transporting to, so we'll take a week. Okay, refuse the rest. That way we've got the ability to give bedding to those houses as well. Here was the wrong thing. 13. 26. 26. Okay. There's our tea roaster recipe. So I'll follow that up with the spice. Oh no, we have the spice grinder, just haven't, you know, actually built any grinders yet. We'll do the fine kitchen. And on you, you're currently fetching resources, so we'll swap you to fine tea. You're currently fetching resources, swap you to fine tea as well. Okay. Okay, we're getting enough approval. We definitely have a little bit of an issue with fuel production and, well, maybe less production, but more transport. Hasn't warmed up enough that we're actually no longer using paused warm weather. Okay, so we're going to start stockpiling up steam, which I think our way to get through the next winter, less horrid than this one is, store more steam. But yeah, that should significantly reduce the amount of fuel consumption as soon as the steam has stored up. Although that may take a while. You're still up at 63. The OG one is down to 3%, so soon we might actually get some mushrooms again. And then when field 2, 3, and 4 are done, we'll have lots of mushrooms. Squeeze another sifting tower in here without too much trouble. And then the sifting tower has its water output, or water input where? Okay, off the end of that area. I think it will help to get a little bit more fuel production. I may have also swapped from fuel back to potash too soon, because I don't think we need the fuel production necessarily during the summer and the fall, or even this point in the spring, right? But we're backlogged this much where everything's done doesn't have its fuel. That's not good for keeping the place warm. Steam's gonna stockpile up, which is good to see. Thinking about it, we have this luxury supplier. Should have some luxury supplier workers assigned to this one. Oh, this one might not be quite close enough to actually supply luxuries to, or the soap to the bathhouse over there. Yeah, this place is far enough. I'm gonna shove 3 in here. Yeah, definitely no concerns too much about the approval. We're getting plenty of approval. We'd have even more if we improve the food quality. Which again, I think it's being pretty much held up by the mushrooms. Which is being held up by removing the rock units here. Percent's almost done. Back ship time. So, you get all our trinkets. And a bunch of fish. Cotton. Good enough. There's not enough coats on that tier to warrant going up to that one. We'll go to the middle one again. Don't really need the mining to be faster. Don't mind picking up fertilizer, but yeah, do a roll here. Ration spice. Not a bad idea to have 70 machinery, or 70 more machinery as well. Although, got a lot of machinery stored up. I think the situation where we had a machinery issue that did pop up during the stream, I think it was just took them too long to go get it and bring it back sort of thing, not an actual issue. Maybe we'll pick those two up. Maybe not as valuable as trying to roll for the medicine soap. Although I think we've got plenty of medicine. The difficulty that I'm playing on, which is I think the default difficulty, the injury rate, assuming you're not taking lots of people that have like what, clumsy or something, the one where they get injured more, or sickly, or just don't appreciate their cold core. It might be a cold core. The weather on this difficulty isn't super atrocious, but you can turn the difficulty up, and I would imagine you need more medicine on the higher difficulties. Got the smuggler tomorrow, pirate blockade tomorrow, supply ship, and a whisker ship. Busy day tomorrow for the people. Yeah, the fuel is low, but it should be recovering at this point because the steam stockpile is full. The new sifting tower is done. So this is one thing I haven't done in a while, is check to see what the actual status of the storage is. You've got space. You're full. You're full. You're full. You're full. You're full. Pretty full. Yeah, something might be part of it is a lot of the stockpiles are getting pretty close to full, so people are having to wander to the stockpiles as well. Okay, here's the smuggler. Not picking up a bunch of gold bullion, but not too bad. The pirate blockade, we usually pay the pirates off with machinery. We'll give them some oil as well. We got a woodcutter that needs to have their staircase up the side of the mountain go farther. Yep. Well, that's barely any coats. We'll go this tier because we've got 43 coats. Is 16 times more coats for 4 times the cost. Apprentice weak knees. Don't want to weak knees. More likely to get hurt. Yeah, we've been avoiding things that get people hurt. Unsafe worker. We've been avoiding that. Swift on the miners wouldn't be too bad. Or Swift in general, just for logistics, wouldn't be too bad. I think we're going to do a reroll here. I don't see any farmers we want to take. Slow, no. Apprentice content wouldn't be too bad. Strong shoulders and minor, okay. Not a big acceptance, but that gets us a couple. Oops, that was not what I wanted. I was trying to hit the... What's that key for the... variant T? Looking for the T. Oh, because I've got the rotation on there. Okay, that's not going to work the way I think I was planning on doing it. Actually, no, that kind of does work. Ah, no, it does not quite fit. Or... Oh no, that'll work. Not super idea because to get in and out of the farming place, I gotta go through the farmer. Or through the farm field. But... Oh, we finished de-rocking the pepper field. Whole thing. Nice. Which is going to mean that it's time to get the spice grinder going. And then we'll put a limit on how much pepper to collect to like 100 or something. What did I put on the tea? Tea leaves. 250. Okay, we'll duplicate that for the peppers. Apparently they keep... Either they don't respect that or... I'm not sure. They might not respect that when it comes to the fields, at least. I don't think we can sell the tea. We use the tea, but we don't think we can sell the tea. So I should set a limit on the fancy tea. Don't make more than 300 at the moment. I suppose we should do the same with the spices. I'll put a limit of like 300 of the spices, which basically means that as soon as the spice garnish is done, they're not going to make any spice, but we're future-proofing for not having to receive spices every time. Which is one of the reasons we're working on the Fine Kitchen right now. Because in theory, that's spice production. The Fine Kitchen is put all things together with spice. That's of course not going to work until we got mushrooms, but one can hope. I thought I'll have to get surface farming going for berries. I could do fertilizer berry days in here. That wouldn't be too hard. Taxman! Taxman, take my trinkets. A bunch of my fish. And honestly, I probably have too much flax. Take some of my flax. And then cotton is really what we've been making to sell to you. But I want to keep some of the cotton. Which does mean I'm going to have to export something else. I suppose I could export iron ore. We've got a lot of iron ore. But no, we'll give away some of our dragon hoard of gold bullion here. One decent farmer. Might as well take the decent farmer. We'll just reject the rest. I'm not really that worried about the mining buff. Don't like the rest of these. Reroll. Tempted to go with that because bunch of food. More than that, bunch of perfect food. No wonder we can get fertilizers. Yeah, let's do this. We'll do fertilizer, ration meals. Or did I put a limit on the amount of fertilizer? I should put a reasonable limit on that. Unless we can export that. Well, I haven't been exporting it. Oh, we set the limit at 200, so it is being limited. %, 72%. Makes that mining camp happy. Let's check up on the rock clearing in the older farms. 1%, almost there. Almost there. And we'll be breaking the mushrooms from that location. 61% there. Why are you idle at farm instead of clearing the rocks? Or is there just like a corner of the field you can't get to? Like a corner of the field you can't get to. Okay. There we go. Okay. So, it was just the rocks in that corner of the field they hadn't cleared. May have actually over-cleared the field. Close enough. Fishing resources, which is probably fertilizer. Probably going to fertilize the field again. Not that field really needs more fertilizer. Actually, thinking about it, that means we should cut the corners off of this one as well. This made the field too big. This is definitely a situation of made the field too big. Yeah, I made the field too big. Looks like the whole field's now in a circle. Still a bunch to clear. I still got 55% to clear. Yeah, coming back with fertilizer. Yeah, I'm not sure that field really needs to be fertilized more, but they're doing it. Definitely be doing a very productive field if it's that fertilized. Okay, the grinders are done. The grinders ideally want apprentice farmers. Okay. The type oil. Haven't had any real problems with the oil yet. So the one oil press has been working well enough. But I had another farmer. Or was... No, I'm out of farmers. I'm not out of apprentices. That's where I am. Okay. Inquisitive in there. Want my farming apprentice. To work the place that has to be... Well, apparently craftmaster. Farming craftmaster. A little overskilled at the top. And one of these is going to be peppers, only peppers. And the other one is going to be spice. Of course, we're at the production limit because we can receive spice via shipments as well, and we've received the spice via shipments. So it's not like we actually need the spice yet. We built an entire industry before we need it, partially because I'm going to need a lot of it when we have a lot of mushrooms. Because smoked fish, as you can see, we got like 500 smoked fish, plus bread. We got like 400 bread. Well, the smoked fish is going to get replaced with skewers, right? So the thing we're missing in that process is the mushrooms. So as soon as we get mushrooms, more and more mushrooms will begin the transition from smoked fish to skewers. And then skewers plus bread plus spices is maximum quality meal. We've got one that's like, we're trying, we can't find your mushrooms, because the field that makes mushrooms has only just started making mushrooms again. Now has 9 mushrooms in the ground. Although it's incredibly fertile, 200% fertility. They'll be making lots of mushrooms. 200% nutrients, no rockiness, they're actually 150% fertility, so yeah, we're going to be making mushrooms, like, real fast. And eventually we'll have 4 fields that are maximum capacity for the workers to work on them. So we'll be getting plenty of mushrooms in. Just only this one is ready. %. Got another one over here. 68. Catchment area, catch the whole thing. And 71. I think we'll play out tomorrow and we'll go and bring the stream to a close. Next stream we'll probably try to get our own production of high cuisine operational. And at which point I think we're pretty much done what I want to do, which is reliably get like maximum approval every day. And get most of the tech tree done. We're not going to bother with you. We're not going to bother with you. Yeah, there's some stuff in here. Like, we could do the apothecary to do saline solution, but we really don't need it on this difficulty. We do soap. We might want to do soap at some point. That wouldn't be too hard to do. Oil plus potash. Yeah, we've got like 3 or 4 techs we want to do, and then we're pretty happy with where we are in the game. So we might finish next stream, or it might be the stream after next. It depends on how quickly we can get through what's left of the tech tree and implement some of it. And we'll see what the smuggler demands. Might take the limits off of some stuff. Specifically, bedding, maybe. Yeah, so you'd buy soap, you'd buy medicine. So there's actually maybe an argument to be banking soap and medicine to give to the smuggler. He buys steel plates, so we could always do steel plates. He buys the fancy food, right? So if we want to fancy up our food, we can be selling that off as well. We'll sell a little bit of fuel. Not going to quite blow as we did before. Okay, take the limit off of bedding. We had one. We had one I already took the limit off of. Cool. It doesn't take fertilizer, so we want to make fertilizer because we use it to fertilize the fields, but we don't want to be overflowing it at any given time. Because if I'm desperate, I can sell the, I believe I can give the taxman the potash. Yeah, we can give the taxman the potash. Not that we've been desperate for the ability to pay our taxes. We're looking for farmers. There's one appropriate farmer here. I won't do the reroll because we got one appropriate one. I'm not going to try to reroll out of an appropriate one. Can't smell it as well. Grab a couple of miners. And then we'll refuse the rest. Okay, build those two. When those two are done, I'm actually going to knock down these two and just scoot them a bit. In fact, actually, we're going to have an unhoused either way when I do it, so I'll lock them down now and move them now. Oh, actually, let's, can't smell. There. Check. I think I freed up a swift one. There we go. The industries that pollute, obviously, if the pollution's high enough, will give bad thoughts to the whiskers in them. So if I can make them worked by whiskers that don't complain about smells, then that solves some problems. Although, as you can see, we've got a pollution plume off of there, kind of going over the farming area, and the rest of it is mostly immediately leaving the island. So it's just the people that really work at those sites that gotta really deal with the pollution. So no mushrooms in storage yet. No skewers in storage yet. And those guys aren't fetching any mushrooms yet, so mushrooms have yet to be made. This house is going to get done before the day ends. I'm thinking the answer is no. Oh, one of them did. Two of them did. Okay, so we're going to have about the same housing situation we did before we deleted the two houses, at least. Camps needs adjustment. Yeah, this is a mine. I think this was originally either a rock salt mine or a tin mine, and we're getting deep enough that we're getting little bits of everything. This is when patch 19 added or doubled the distance you can see into the mountain, into the ground, when you're looking for the sort of resources in the ground, which is very convenient. Means you have to pause and come back to your mining spots less often. Okay, so the houses didn't get complete, but we made some decent progress. We have got our original crop field here be rocked, so mushrooms will be coming in. 148. I think they might be in the middle of harvesting, or be ready to harvest. But yeah, we're gonna get some mushrooms coming in, which is gonna be great. In the next stream. This one's I think about halfway done. And I think the ones over here should also be coming along. They're only about a third of the way done, but mushrooms. Oh, we will be having mushrooms. And then that will sort of translate into perfect food. And finally deal with that biggest complaint. Rough and stuffy. Well, okay, so this is a situation where we've got 64 people just like, we want perfect homes, which probably means they want the top-tier housing, which is what we're providing. I think all the houses are the best housing level. And they probably want bedding and furniture. So it's 64 complaining about not having bedding and furniture. Or probably complaining about one of them. Maybe not both of them. Yeah, I might need to expand either the labor force at my eateries or the number of eateries. Because not enough is being... Or the people are having difficulty eating at them. This is about half the town didn't eat at an eatery. Although, we're definitely getting plenty of approval that we can kind of ignore some of the bad stuff. Like, yeah, your food is bland, and you're eating at a warehouse for some reason. Or your clothes is a little bit too old. Because we've got so many good things, like everyone's in luxurious housing. Fine tea is starting to be somewhat commonly available. Half the town has well-furnished homes. Soft, cozy blankets for like a third of the town. Yeah, lots of good stuff. I've missed upgrading one of the houses somewhere. One house, and it's a house that holds two people. One house somewhere is not all the way upgraded. But yeah, so I think we're gonna start the new day here, and we're gonna go ahead and pause the game. And this is where we're gonna bring this stream to a close. So if you're watching on YouTube, there will probably be another part up tomorrow. My plan is to basically run until we sort of got our feel of all the technologies. We're getting real close to that. I think that's going to take at least one more stream, at least to get the fine food implemented. And yeah, if we get the fine food implemented, I think we're golden at that point, and probably call it the stream or call it a run. So there's going to be at least one more stream of this. That'll probably mean there'll be like 4 more parts of it. We'll probably play it for another 4 hours and see where we get at that point. If you're watching on Twitch, let me bring up the schedule, and I can say what the schedule is going to be over the next couple days. I'm sticking to my 4-part, 4-game, 4-night schedule for recording. So today was Whiskerwood. Tomorrow is going to be Victoria 3. We may finish up Victoria 3, although it probably will take the entire stream. We've got about 30 years to go before the game ends. It does get a little bit slower near the end. Like, the game physically gets slower. So it may take more than one stream, but Victoria 3 is tomorrow. We got Humankind on Friday, so the day after tomorrow. I think Humankind will take the entire stream. It probably will end. We're in the final era, but I think it's going to take the entire stream. It depends on how much fighting we have. The fighting can be a bit slow. Probably do the animations. Maybe could speed the animations up somehow. Saturday, we'll be back to Songs of Six. We did, in fact, during the last stream, finish the run of Shadow Empire. I'll try to get a post up on Reddit for that tomorrow. Sunday, we're going to be back to Whiskerwood. I think we'll end up playing Whiskerwood the entire stream. Even if we sort of get food going and feel like we finished the run, I will probably finish the stream out intentionally. So we're going to probably have 3 to 4 more hours of Whiskerwood on Sunday. Next Monday, if we haven't finished Victoria 3, we'll be Victoria 3 or Terra Invicta, or possibly both. With only 30 years left in Victoria 3, I don't think it's going to take 2 full streams to finish it. It may take more than 1, in which case we'll start Terra Invicta on Monday. And it might not be at the beginning of the stream. We might still be doing Victoria 3 at the beginning of the stream. Next Tuesday will be probably Darkest Dungeon. I think we're going to replace Humankind with Darkest Dungeon, which I think will complete this upcoming Friday. So that's the upcoming schedule. I hope everyone has been enjoying, regardless of whether you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch. I do stream this live to Twitch on the username Wilcole, and upload the local recordings to YouTube under the username Wilcole100. So if you're watching this on YouTube and you liked some of those games coming up in the schedule, and you can't wait until they come up on YouTube, you can probably sneak over to Twitch. The VODs do stay up for 14 days on Twitch, so you can sneak over and watch them if you like the schedule, or like what was on the schedule, but you are only just hearing it now, watching this on YouTube, because I'm obviously record ahead a little bit. Conversely, if you're watching on Twitch and you've missed parts of any of the runs, Twitch VODs only stay for 14 days. I try to get the local recording uploaded to YouTube and released before they come down off of Twitch. So there's opportunities for you to watch things in both locations. So with that, I'm going to wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part and or stream, and bye for now.